What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on YouTube shit. Hey man, say man, we are lit, eh? Let the thing, man, turn. Today, motherfucking day. Straight hooding outside. Big crip in it. Gang, straight hooding outside shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, Russia do your thing, and Texas, stand the fuck up. Each day is a new day, be a better version of yourself. Never let somebody bring you down, always strike back. Never let somebody tell you who you are, but also never put yourself in a position you don't belong. Let's get on the revolution, on this movement. Keep Yahweh first. Coming to you as a black Hebrew Israelite, as a real Jew. We out here. Alright. Boom. Today, it's motherfucking day. Shit hooding outside. Big crip in it. Gang, shit hooding outside shit, man. Gang. Turn up, man. Man, I just don't understand this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know me. I'm very big on, like, going outside kind of your race. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I done dated people before, but it's certain shit, man, that you just gotta see, man, that other races, man, sometimes would use your situation that they use against black people to finesse and get what they need. Why they play on your downfall and try to succeed with or without you. So we got Vanessa Bryant, Kobe Bryant wife. You know she Mexican. Crazy. She's pregnant. You know what I'm saying? It's been going all online that she done got pregnant after Kobe Bryant have been passed away. And it's only been 4 years. Now, people trying to say she getting piped out. But that's option, I think, thought number one. Or they're trying to say Kobe Bryant could have frozen his cells. I don't fucking know. But Vanessa Bryant being pregnant is insane after Kobe Bryant died. It just shows you, man, as a black man, certain races will use the opportunity to achieve their goal and help they certain people out while we put the hard work and drown in us fucking up. And they want us to be perfect. And then any fuck up, it's over. You know what I'm saying? So it's just shit like this, man. We gotta realize that when picking people we talking to, it gotta be the right people. Let's get into it. Hey man, say man, shout out to Hoopers. What the fuck going on? Nigga, I thought we were living in a different parallel universe. What the fuck going on? Kobe Bryant, ex-wife, pregnant? I'm telling you, man, you can't trust these Mexican hoes, man. Didn't I tell you it was a little bit weird when Young Dolph got popped and his wife made a foundation for black people? But then Vanessa Bryant, Kobe Bryant died and she didn't do nothing for no black nigga. She didn't make no foundation, no nothing.
Kobe Bryant balled so good, his fans are mad that Vanessa Bryant got pregnant. They're like, the only ball you can carry is Kobe's. No more carrying balls.
3, 4, 5 years after he dying?
Footage of her baby bump just went viral, and fans are crashing out. But the bump isn't what has people spiraling. It's who might have gotten her pregnant. Let's get into it. Vanessa Bryant sparks pregnancy.
5 years after him dying?
No doubt about it. A visible baby bump was spotted as Vanessa Bryant recently stepped out of a black SUV in Malibu, clearly trying to keep things low-key. MVP, but the internet doesn't miss a thing. They caught it instantly. Both the video and photos went viral almost immediately, flooding social media with speculation and emotional reactions. But before we dive into the emotional explosion that's going viral, let's rewind. Let's get some context on Vanessa Bryant, the woman behind the headlines. She married Kobe when she was only 18, barely out of high school, suddenly thrown into the game of paparazzi, private jets, and press conferences. And by the time she turned 21, she was a child while her husband was one of the most famous ballers on earth. And then came Colorado, a scandal, a trial, a woman's entire marriage laid bare in front of the world. And somehow she stayed, not just physically, but publicly.
Bro, this can't be damn real.
Devoted. And when Kobe died alongside their daughter Gianna in that devastating 2020 helicopter
she
crash,
said, fuck, it's time for her to go and live her best life.
Expand sports, families, and
she got the black nigga
At the
millions.
memorial, she stood at that podium trembling and delivered a eulogy that broke hearts across the globe.
Kobe was known as a fierce competitor on the basketball court, the greatest of all time, a writer, an Oscar winner, and Black Mamba.
For you anyway, because shit,
cultural artifact.
you got pregnant.
Which is why today, when fans saw Vanessa years later potentially expecting a child, it didn't just catch
you could freeze his crumbs his sperm or some shit and do some shit.
Vanessa wasn't just a grieving widow. She had become something closer to a guardian of his legacy. And here's where the backlash took a nasty, almost cult-like turn. Let's look at what was said in one viral reaction video, where the speaker jokes, but not really, about fan outrage at Vanessa's possible pregnancy.
Kobe Bryant balled so good, his fans are mad that Vanessa Bryant got pregnant. They're like, the only ball you can carry is Kobe's. No more carrying balls.
It's meant to be funny, but the undercurrent is real, because some fans are literally mourning her moving on, as if she belongs eternally to a ghost, as if her is some kind of historical landmark, untouchable, sacred, and sealed in time. But let's be honest, this isn't really
for everybody. It was just Kobe Bryant at this
about
point.
The way society, especially male-dominated fan bases, try to dictate a woman's grief timeline.
Yes, you talking about Kobe? Yeah, I used to marry one of the greatest niggas who played basketball of all time. That's crazy. That's a nigga hit that shit. That's what you telling her nigga.
Fighting in court to protect his image, raising their daughters, giving speeches that elevate his name, winning lawsuits against sheriffs who leaked graphic crash photos. She has been a warrior, and still, people are acting as if she's committed some unthinkable sin. Let's also acknowledge the double standard at play here. Think about it. If Kobe had passed and Vanessa had been the one lost in that crash, and he had moved on with someone new 4 years later, would he be crucified the same way?
4 years, nigga. Let that sink through.
This video leak doesn't just show Vanessa with a baby bump. It suggests that she has chosen, finally, to live her life again. And that, in itself, is apparently too controversial for some to handle. But here's the other angle, the more private one, the one you're not going to see.
He looking down from heaven like,
multiple sources close to the Bryant estate have been
tight-lipped.
Some insiders, anonymous but allegedly familiar with Vanessa's inner circle, suggest that if she is indeed pregnant, it's not the result of a new romance, but potentially the result of a surrogacy or IVF process using Kobe's preserved genetic material. Now, to be clear, we couldn't verify those claims independently, but if true, it would flip the entire narrative, because then this wouldn't be about moving on. It would be about preserving Kobe's legacy in the most literal genetic sense. But fans aren't waiting for confirmation. They're already lashing out, accusing her of timing the pregnancy for attention, saying she's erasing the memory of Kobe and Gianna. Some of the online vitriol has even turned into coordinated harassment. And let's not forget the media's role in this.
Whoa!
The speculation.
So every time a hoe takes a dick,
like Vanessa Bryant sparks pregnancy rumors.
How you take dick and you the victim?
Vanessa's unexpected public appearance,
what the fuck?
Offering clarity,
especially if you're giving it up. You're giving it up, and then you're the victim because you took dick.
Let's ask the question that really matters here. What is Vanessa Bryant actually
Don't supposed to play like, oh,
possibly
you sad, you hurt, but you took dick, and then you're the victim.
Rumors keep swelling. If the internet outrage over Vanessa Bryant's possible pregnancy was loud, the speculation over who the father might be, that's been deafening. And just like clockwork, conspiracy theories erupted. Wild threads, pseudonymous tipsters, TikTok sleuths, and yes, even legacy outlets have all pitched their theories, some ludicrous, some quietly heartbreaking, and a few that honestly might make more sense than anyone wants to admit. But before we go there, let's address the elephant in the room. This story, this leaked footage, isn't just about Vanessa Bryant. It's about something far larger.
Y'all think she been getting hit?
The impossible expectations placed on widows of legends. Because when Vanessa
ain't no damn way you just move on 5 years after. She got a business getting hit.
She was perceived as his living relic, a woman forever frozen in a photograph, a symbol, not a person. And that right there, that's the problem. You want proof? Look at how people are reacting to the possibility of her being in a new relationship without a shred of confirmed evidence. There's no man identified, no soft launch on Instagram, no wedding ring, No paparazzi snapshots of beachside hand-holding, and yet the rage is visceral. People are reacting as if she's committed treason. Why? Because we created a mythology around Kobe and Vanessa.
They was together since they was 18.
So marred by tragedy that any
They had
deviation from
4
mourning
kids
feels like
together.
betrayal. And here's where the comparison game begins.
Yeah, I got them just together like, you know what I'm saying? Bernie met and some shit happened.
In the public's imagination, Lauren, widow of rapper Nipsey Hussle, has become the ideal widow. Quiet, untouched.
You could at least wait 8 years like his own jersey number?
It's even become a meme.
You could have waited 8 years.
Loyal to a ghost. Why
No,
can't
4 years.
This is dangerous thinking. Toxic even.
She was like, no, I'm not kissing anybody now that Nipsey's gone. I have to carry his legacy on. I was like, dang. But not everybody gets that.
The speaker here is joking, yes, but he's also underscoring an expectation that a widow must carry.
I didn't know she was married to Nipsey.
And that expectation.
I used to always follow Lauren London, but I didn't know that she fucked with Nipsey.
She was thrust into a legal and emotional battle
on Instagram.
She sued LA County over
When I
graphic
found out
crash site
she married to Nipsey, like, what the fuck,
a
how?
horrifying breach of privacy that no one deserves to suffer, let alone a grieving mother. She won the case, eventually earning a $28.5 million settlement, and she donated portions of the money to the Mamba and Mamacita Sports Foundation, Kobe and Gianna's legacy initiative. She didn't have to, but she did. And here's the kicker. Even during that case, people criticized her
at the end of the day, bro,
accusing her of milking Kobe's
I don't think she's
so
doing
ask
enough
yourself, how is a woman supposed to win? More
to help a foundation out.
Grieve too quietly. She's cold. Date someone
and not
new.
putting that
She's
shit on the
bored.
press.
Remain single. She's milking the martyrdom. That's not mourning. That's punishment masquerading as public scrutiny. And the Lauren London comparison, it misses a critical truth. These women are not the same. They are not obligated to mirror one another's grief. They have different children, support systems,
she's Mexican.
and let's
black.
not forget, Lauren's own stance may evolve too. Will she be demonized if she one day finds love again? Now let's return to the pregnancy theory, because this is where
hopefully
things
not
get
in 4
complicated.
years.
Here's what's being floated by a growing faction online, quietly.
She didn't know that she found love.
What if the
She's
child
pregnant.
Vanessa is carrying isn't the result of a new man at all? What if this was Kobe's child, conceived through preserved genetic
That's what I'm
material?
thinking.
Reports
You think
surfaced
so?
in 2020 that Kobe had discussed freezing sperm for potential IVF, especially after the birth of Capri. While these reports were largely anecdotal and unverified, they've resurfaced now with a vengeance. Some users have theorized, based on Vanessa's tight-knit support circle and absence of any visible romantic partner, that this might be a posthumous conception, that this child, if real, could be Kobe's final legacy. Not a betrayal, but an act of preservation. If true, it would explain the secrecy, the emotional complexity, the silence from her family and friends. But again, these are theories, not confirmed facts. And yet, they offer a narrative that fans want to believe. Because the truth is, many Kobe fans are more comfortable with Vanessa being artificially inseminated by her deceased husband than being touched by a living man. Let that sink in. Now let's address the mystery man theories, because they are circulating everywhere. Some users claim to have spotted Vanessa with an unidentified male companion at a charity gala in December 2024. No official photos, no public statement, just whispers and pixelated side angles. Others have thrown out names, from private investors to bodyguards, none substantiated. What is clear is this: Vanessa has been incredibly private over the last few years. Not a single post of romantic suggestion, not a single public statement even acknowledging her personal life outside of her daughters and foundation work, which is why this video leak hit like a freight train. If she truly is expecting, then she's been navigating a deeper personal journey alone, or at least in total secrecy. And here's where we get into the biggest irony of all. Kobe Bryant himself, despite his image as the ultimate family man, was no stranger to
ruin his legacy like this, not telling nobody.
Assault case in Colorado cast a long dark shadow over his legacy, one that took years of redemption work to overcome.
I don't know if his parents still alive. Kobe and his parents were cool.
At press conferences, in the courtroom, even when the world was watching with suspicion and judgment, she stood by her husband. And
why
now,
did he give all his money out to his bitch though? Why he didn't give nothing to his parents and
because as
family?
fans, as a public, it seems we've forgotten something. Vanessa Bryant is not just Kobe's
widow.
It's just weird shit, just like this don't make sense. A woman who has endured unimaginable loss, public scrutiny, legal warfare, and still raised her children, led a foundation, and held herself together when many would have crumbled. So what if she wants joy again? What if, after years of sadness, she's decided to embrace life? Why is that threatening? Let's go back to something Vanessa said at Kobe and
It's not that it's threatening.
Kobe was the MVP
it's just like, damn.
Girl Dads, or MVD. He never left the toilet seat up. He always told the girls how beautiful and smart they are.
But taking dick.
She's raising those daughters to remember, not the athlete, not the icon, but the man, the father, the lover. And if she is bringing another child into the world regardless of how, shouldn't we hope she's doing it surrounded by love, not shame? Let's close this part with the sobering truth. The backlash Vanessa is facing is not just about pregnancy, it's about ownership. The public believed they owned her grief. Now they're realizing they never did. We still have some unanswered questions. Who was responsible for this pregnancy leak? The saga was avoidable. Let's make something very clear. This wasn't supposed to happen. The leak, the footage, the
so you think it wasn't supposed to happen?
To swallow Vanessa Bryant's name whole. This story, if you can even call it that, was never meant to go viral. It was supposed to be a quiet moment. A woman, possibly pregnant, stepping out of a car in Malibu. No paparazzi, no press release, no announcement. And yet within hours, it exploded. Why? Because someone made sure that it did. Let's talk about the leak.
That's how everybody was saying that Kobe should have went out with Brandy, bitch.
Or even some tabloid stalker. It originated on Reddit, posted by a user with zero history, no previous posts, and an account barely 24 hours old. The clip was uploaded to R-Celeb Gossip under the title, Vanessa Bryant, This Can't Be Real, and immediately ignited a frenzy. It was removed within the hour, but not before it had been downloaded, screen recorded, and posted to TikTok, Twitter, and eventually YouTube. Now here's where things get strange. Multiple users across platforms began claiming they'd seen a man following Vanessa on several occasions in the past few months. Not paparazzi, not press, someone different, more subtle, more deliberate. One anonymous post on a gossip site read, "She's been trailed. I saw someone in a black hoodie filming her from the bushes near Pacific Palisades. I thought it was paparazzi, but something about it felt off, too close, too hidden, like they weren't trying to be seen." Now, grain of salt. The internet is full of nonsense. But then came the real twist. A freelance journalist based in Los Angeles who spoke to Entertainment Owl under condition of anonymity claimed she was offered a $75,000 fee to run the Vanessa footage on her small but growing outlet before it ever went viral. She refused. She said the person who contacted her had disturbing amounts of info, travel dates, hotel bookings, even childcare arrangements.
They've been trying to get her out the paint.
Someone wanted this footage out, and they wanted it out badly. So who gains from leaking Vanessa Bryant's alleged pregnancy? Some have floated conspiracy theories tied to business rivals. Others blame opportunists looking to profit off traffic spikes. But a darker theory is gaining traction, that this wasn't about clicks, it was about punishment. Let's unpack that. Vanessa Bryant has enemies, not publicly, but quietly. People who were enraged by her $28.5 million court victory against LA County over the leaked crash site photos. People who saw her as difficult, uncooperative, or too powerful for a widow. People who don't like how she's continued to exert control over the Bryant estate, the brand, and Kobe's posthumous image. If someone wanted to take that power away, to reduce her to tabloid fodder, what better way than to drag her into the one narrative she's fought so hard to protect, her family? Now, if this theory sounds too far-fetched,
but what is it going to do, though?
Photos were shared
is it like anything in the will that says if you get married, have a kid after a job, bitch?
Vanessa testified that she had nightmares about strangers circulating her husband and daughter's mutilated remains online. She knows what people are capable of, and now someone has weaponized her living body. Now, here's where the legal battle might begin. Vanessa's legal team has reportedly begun probing the origins of the leaked clip, including a possible privacy violation under California's strict anti-surveillance laws. California Civil Code Section 1708 criminalizes the use of long lens or concealed devices to capture private activities without consent. If she was filmed on private property, say exiting a residence or a hotel driveway, that's a felony. And if it can be proven that the leaker was paid or that it was done with intent to harass or defame, we could be looking at civil damages and criminal charges. But it's not just about law, it's about human decency. Vanessa Bryant lost her husband and daughter in one of the most traumatic public tragedies in modern memory. She's kept her other 3 daughters out of the spotlight. She's made almost no personal statements outside of legal proceedings and memorial events. She has not courted celebrities. She has retreated from it, and yet here we are. The world is pulling at the seams of her private life like it's a curtain on a reality show. Here's the darkest part. We've seen this before. Remember Meghan Markle, hounded for marrying into royalty, accused of being too emotional, too demanding, too ambitious, too black. Every detail of her pregnancy was dissected like a political scandal. Or Britney Spears, filmed illegally during psychiatric episodes, mocked, gawked at, turned into a punchline before the Hash-Free Britney movement exposed just how inhumanely she'd been treated. We do this over and over again. We take women at their most vulnerable moments, and we consume them. We turn their trauma into trending topics, their recovery into betrayal, their joy into controversy. So ask yourself, what if Vanessa really is pregnant? What if it's through IVF? What if it's a new partner? What if, God forbid, it's a private decision that's none of our business?
Man, I just hope she ain't getting buzzed down by no goofy ass nigga.
It's the way we've created a world where a woman who has done nothing wrong can't walk outside without someone filming her womb for likes. It's the fact that in 2025,
I just hope she ain't getting her guts beat up by some goofy ass nigga.
There's a quote from Vanessa's memorial speech for Kobe
it's just supposed to be Kobe Bryant.
We had hoped to grow old together. together like the movie.
But now it rings
Can't
with
trust these
eerie
motherfucking
resonance.
hoes, man.
That was her dream, to grow old with Kobe, raise their girls, travel, laugh, and then life took that away from her, brutally, without warning. And now that she may be building something new, there are people who want to take that away too. This video leak isn't just a violation of privacy. It's an attempt to re-traumatize a woman who's already suffered more than most of us could comprehend. And the worst part, some people are cheering it on. They're laughing in the comments, posting memes, calling her selfish, fake, a fame chaser. But she's none of those things. She is a woman who has endured public loss, media harassment, legal battles, and still somehow raised her children with grace. So whether she's pregnant or not, whether she's dating someone or not, whether this child is real as Kobe's, someone else's, or simply a rumor, Vanessa Bryant doesn't owe us anything. She doesn't owe us an explanation. She doesn't owe us an interview. She doesn't owe us her silence. And she certainly doesn't owe us her grief. Before the footage, before the headlines and hashtags, there was a teenage girl in a music video shoot and a 21-year-old NBA star, already bigger than the locker room he walked into. Their paths crossed on a set, not at a party, not at a club, but in the middle of lights, cameras, choreography. Her name was Vanessa Lane. She was 17, still in high school. His was Kobe Bryant, global, gifted, groomed for greatness. And in that instant, whatever people believe about fate, chemistry, or danger, something happened that changed both of their lives forever.
And that's what I'm saying.
Fast,
4
hard,
years,
dangerously
4
young,
years,
and for the rest of
4
their
years,
lives, the world wouldn't let
4
them
years,
forget it. When they got
not
engaged,
8 years.
Vanessa was still a senior
Not
at Marina
7.
High School in Huntington
4.
Beach. So much attention from paparazzi swarmed the school grounds that she ended up finishing her education through independent study. She didn't ask for the spotlight, it found her. In April of 2001, the couple married without a prenup. Yes, you heard that right. Kobe's parents didn't attend the wedding, neither did his agent, neither did his longtime friends, because they objected loudly, publicly. They reportedly didn't like that she was Latina, that she wasn't black, that she was young, that she wasn't famous, and yet he chose her anyway. But here's the thing, the wedding was just the beginning of their love story, because what followed wasn't a fairy tale, it was trial by fire. Kobe and Vanessa's early years were defined not by champagne and red carpets, but by scrutiny, scandal, and emotional collapse. In 2003, it all came crashing down. Kobe Bryant was accused of assault in Colorado. The case became a media circus. His image tarnished. His endorsements dropped. The pressure, unbearable. And right there at the press conference where Kobe publicly apologized, stood Vanessa, holding his hand, looking utterly shattered. She wore a $4 million ring he had bought for her after the scandal broke. Critics called it hush jewelry. Others called it penance. But the truth? It was something deeper. Vanessa had chosen to stay. The public didn't understand it. Many still don't, but she did. She chose to protect her family, choose to forgive, chose to love a man who had undeniably made mistakes that burned the world around them. Kobe in later interviews would credit Vanessa with being the spine of his recovery. He rebuilt his career. He won 2 more NBA championships.
But Kobe's smart as fuck.
As a partner, as a
I don't know how.
Behind every press conference was Vanessa, unsmiling, elegant, watching from the shadows. Never a reality star, never an influencer, just present. Their relationship matured under pressure most couples can't survive. They nearly divorced in 2011. Vanessa filed for separation, citing irreconcilable differences. It made headlines, tabloids screamed, speculation surged, but then, less than 2 years later, they reconciled. No announcement, no red carpet moment, just an Instagram post in 2013. We are pleased to announce that we have reconciled. Our divorce action will be dismissed.
Kobe
we are
was
looking
alive,
forward to
man.
our future together. Vanessa Bryant, that's who they were. A couple who kept surviving when the world expected them to implode. Not because it was easy, but because they chose to work through hell together. They had 4 daughters, Natalia, Gianna, Bianca, and Capri. Kobe often joked about being a girl dad, but it wasn't just a catchphrase. It was a mission. He retired from basketball in 2016 and dove headfirst into fatherhood, story time, school runs, coaching Gigi's basketball team, writing children's books. Vanessa finally had him home, and that's the part that breaks the heart the most. They made it through everything. The public disapproval, the scandal, the almost divorce, the rumors, the therapy, the late nights, the fights. They made it, and just when it looked like they were entering their most peaceful private chapter, he was gone. Gianna, too. January 26, 2020. A foggy morning. A helicopter crash that silenced the city and split a woman's soul in half. In her eulogy, Vanessa didn't just honor her husband and daughter.
Now,
she unveiled the private man Kobe was behind the championship banners and sneaker deals.
Kobe was known as a fierce competitor on the basketball court, the greatest of all time, a writer, an Oscar winner, and the Black Mamba.
But to her, he wasn't the Mamba. He was Kobe, Boo Boo, Babu, Papi Chulo. He was her anniversary trip planner, her blue dress gifter, her midnight snack partner. They weren't perfect, but they were perfectly theirs. A love story so real, so raw, so unscripted, that even when it fell apart, they rebuilt it together. And that's what makes the current speculation about Vanessa's pregnancy, about whether she's moved on, so disturbingly shallow. People forget the journey. Forget that Vanessa stood by Kobe when the world turned on him. Forget that she buried her child. Forget that she fought tooth and nail to keep his memory dignified. That was their marriage, a crucible of trauma, endurance, love, and rebirth. So if you want to understand Vanessa Bryant today, if you want to judge her or pity her or gossip about her, remember the woman who chose to stay in the fire. Because that woman, she is still here. And after 20 years,
woe is her. She got $1 million lifestyle. She got everything that she needed from Kobe Bryant. Got a big ass looking ring. Like the fuck, woe is her.
Behind more than legacies. They leave behind human beings, wives, daughters, sons, mothers, who are left to
she got to live off the black man legacy.
Vanessa Bryant has spent 4 years being respectful, resilient, and above all private. If she's ready to live again, let her.
Hey man, shout out to Hoopers, man. Kobe Bryant, mysterious death, man.
Preliminary information is that the helicopter was in one piece when it impacted the terrain.
It's starting to look like Kobe Bryant's death wasn't as straightforward as we once thought. For years, the official reports painted a clear picture. A tragic accident, pilot error, nothing more. But now, a shocking new discovery is making waves online, and it's shaking everything we thought we knew. In this video, we're diving into the theories, the facts, the contradictions, and the new claims that have fans wondering, was there more to Kobe's death than we were told? Kobe Bryant's death. On January 26, 2020, a Sikorsky S-76 helicopter carrying Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and 7 others crashed into a hillside in Calabasas, California. The helicopter had departed from John Wayne Airport in Orange County and was headed to Camarillo Airport, where the group planned to attend a basketball game at Kobe's Mamba Sports Academy. The National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, conducted a thorough investigation, releasing their final report on February 9th, 2021. Their conclusion? The probable
Zorro.com
determined to be pilot error, specifically the pilot's decision to continue flying under visual flight rules into instrument meteorological conditions, which resulted in spatial disorientation and loss of control. According to the NTSB, contributing factors included the pilot's likely self-induced pressure and planned continuation bias. Essentially, the determination to complete the flight despite deteriorating conditions. There was no evidence of mechanical failure, sabotage, or foul play. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner coroner determined that all 9 victims died from blunt trauma and the deaths were certified as accidental. Toxicology reports showed no drugs or alcohol in the pilot's system. These are the official facts. But in the wake of such a high-profile tragedy involving one of basketball's greatest icons, alternative narratives quickly took hold.
But when that shit happened, bro,
conspiracy theories to emerge.
A lot of shit was already happening.
Connection between Kobe's death and a legal dispute over his Black Mamba nickname.
Like a nigga didn't need Kobe Bryant dying
widely on platforms like Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. Kobe was allegedly killed to prevent him from testifying in a lawsuit against a pharmaceutical company that was supposedly using his nickname Black Mamba for energy supplements. In 2025, these claims continue to gather attention, with posts like this one that garnered over 33,000 views on X. A lawyer claims Kobe Bryant was killed by pharma companies 3 days before his Black Mamba lawsuit. But here's where fact-checking becomes critical. The dispute in question was a civil trademark case between Kobe Bryant and high-tech pharmaceuticals, and court records show it was effectively resolved before his death. Bryant had filed a motion to suspend proceedings on January 2nd, 2020 for settlement negotiations, and the case was terminated that same day, more than 3 weeks before the helicopter crash. Moreover, as a civil case, it's unclear what testimony would have been so damning as to warrant such extreme measures. The claim simply doesn't hold up to scrutiny. Another conspiracy that gained traction involves claims about the Illuminati and white supremacy. Shortly after the crash, conspiracy theorist Dr. Umar Johnson claimed in a video that the Illuminati had murdered Bryant as part of a white supremacist plot. According to this theory, Bryant's prominence as a black cultural figure made him a target. During his rant, Dr. Johnson made the extraordinary claim that helicopter crashes don't just happen by accident, asserting that mechanical difficulties only occur when someone famous is on board. This claim, of course, ignores the unfortunate reality that helicopter crashes occur regularly without famous passengers. The theory lacks any substantive evidence and relies instead on connecting unrelated dots and attributing malicious intent without proof. In late 2023 and early 2024, a new conspiracy theory emerged linking Kobe's death to Diddy Combs. The theory centers around a photo of Bryant at Diddy's 50th birthday party.
They give you a handler?
Just weeks before the crash. Some social media
white bitch to take care of you, handle you.
Suggesting
weird
foreknowledge
shit.
of Bryant's death.
Don't fall for the BS.
Amid Diddy's legal troubles in 2024, with some suggesting connections between Bryant's attendance at the party and his subsequent death. However, there's absolutely no evidence linking the two events, and the timing is purely coincidental. The photo shows Bryant as simply one of many celebrities attending a high-profile event. Perhaps the most far-fetched theory involves a supposed connection to the Clinton family. In 2021, QAnon proponent Bishop Larry Gators claimed on a podcast that Kobe Bryant was killed by the Clintons because he was allegedly about to enter witness protection and expose them. The claim appears to be based on Bryant's appearance at the 2014 Clinton Global Initiative, where he spoke about philanthropy and his foundation's work. However, there's no evidence that Bryant's attendance at this event 7 years before his death had any nefarious connections. Like many QAnon-aligned theories, this claim relies on unsupported assertions and inside sources that cannot be verified, adding to the troubling array of
when you're a black successful man and you get high up in the ranks, man, there's a lot of people gonna know your name.
S-76 helicopter had a Jewish surname and was responsible for killing.
And a lot of people gonna think they can control your situation
from the platform.
what you
This
got.
claim was widely condemned by Argentina's Jewish community and political
Especially you got a lot of money
organizations as an
on.
example of anti-Semitism. It reflects dangerous conspiracy thinking that attributes malicious intent to Jewish individuals or organizations without any factual basis. Despite the NTSB's thorough investigation and the absence of any supporting evidence, conspiracy theories continue to circulate online, often framed as supposed new discoveries about his death.
Yo, you
This
think them fake
persistence
people
raises
did
an
it?
important question. Why do conspiracy theories so often emerge around high-profile tragedies? But while these theories may provide psychological comfort to some, they can cause real harm to those most affected by the tragedy, the families left behind. And for the Bryant family, these baseless claims have been just one of many challenges they faced in the aftermath of their devastating loss, the aftermath of Kobe's death. In the wake of Kobe's death, as the family grappled with overwhelming grief and the world buzzed with conspiracies and speculation, one voice remained notably silent for over a year, that of Natalia Bryant, Kobe's eldest daughter. When she finally broke her silence in September 2021, her words offered a poignant glimpse into how the family was coping with their immense loss. In an interview with Teen Vogue, Natalia revealed that while discussing her father could be emotionally challenging, she found comfort in keeping his memory alive. I love talking about my dad. It's bittersweet, but I enjoy talking about him more than it's sad for me. Perhaps most telling were her comments about her younger sisters, Bianca and Capri, who were just 3 years old and 7 months old when the crash occurred. For my little sisters, we're trying to keep that memory for them, and also just trying to remember to live out every day the way they would. These words highlight Natalia's maturity and her role in preserving her father's legacy for siblings too young to have formed many memories of their father. Natalia shared tender memories that humanized Kobe beyond his public persona. She recalled attending a midnight showing of the 2019 Star Wars film Rise of Skywalker with her father, listening to Taylor Swift on the ride home and discussing the movie together. It was just like the best girl dad ever, she said, echoing the sentiment that many had expressed about Kobe in the wake of his death. The crash had profound effects on Natalia's own pursuits. I quit volleyball after the accident because a lot was going on at that time. I knew I didn't love volleyball as much as they loved basketball. I'm okay with that, she explained, revealing how the tragedy had prompted her to reassess her own passions and priorities. As Natalia entered young adulthood, she found meaningful ways to keep her father's memory close. In a December 2022 interview with E! Online, she revealed that she wears special jewelry as a constant reminder of her father. These include a necklace with Slim, her childhood nickname, and a gold medallion from the Mamba and Mambacita Foundation, featuring one of Kobe's sayings, "Dedication makes dreams come true." Her social media tributes have provided windows into her grief process. On Kobe's birthday in 2020, she posted a throwback photo with the caption, "Happy birthday, Dad. I miss your smile, laugh, and big bear hugs. Happy birthday to the best movie buddy I could have ever asked for. I love you forever and always." Natalia's career aspirations have also been shaped by her relationship with her father. In a 2021 interview with IMG Models, she explained how their shared love of films influenced her career goals.
Probably my dad. So my dad and I would always watch as many movies as we can, and we'd go on movie marathons, and then we'd also analyze as many movies as we can, and we'd talk about it for months.
This passion for film has guided her educational and career choices, with Natalia studying at the University of Southern California and expressing her ambition to work in the film industry. In that same IMG interview, she shared her 10-year goal.
So in 10 years, I want to win an Oscar. I'm not sure for what Oscar category, but I definitely that's on my list. And I want to make a film that
order groceries with Dash Pets,
where I can incorporate fashion and those fashion aspects. And I think combining my two passions, that's just amazing. And I want to be able to do that.
These glimpses into Natalia's life after losing her father and sister reveal a young woman determined to honor their memory while forging her own path forward. Her public statements, while infrequent, have provided a counterpoint to the sensationalism and conspiracy theories that have sometimes threatened to overshadow the real human loss at the center of the tragedy. While Natalia was finding her voice, her mother, Vanessa Bryant, was fighting battles on multiple fronts. One of the most painful became public when reports emerged that Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies and firefighters had taken and shared unauthorized photos of the crash scene, including images of the victims' remains. In September 2020, Vanessa filed a lawsuit against the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, alleging invasion of privacy and negligence. The lawsuit sought damages for the emotional distress caused by the knowledge that such personal and graphic images were being circulated. During the trial, Vanessa testified about the severe anxiety, depression, and panic attacks she experienced, describing
One
how
thing she
that
got a
the photos
nose
would
for
leak to the
getting
public.
to that
I live in
money
fear
on.
every day of seeing on social
I
media
see
and
that.
having these images pop
She
up.
got a
She told
nose
the
to
court
get to that
after an
money on.
11-day trial in August 2022, a federal jury awarded Vanessa $16 million in damages, finding that the Sheriff's Department and Fire Department had indeed violated her constitutional rights. Chris Chester, whose wife and daughter also died in the crash and who joined Vanessa's lawsuit, was awarded $15 million. The settlement was finalized on February 28, 2023, with Los Angeles County agreeing to pay $28.85 million to Vanessa Bryant, resolving all remaining claims. This final amount included the original jury award, plus additional funds to address potential
Y'all
future
think
claims from her daughter.
if she
In a
was a
move that
black
spoke
woman,
volumes about her
let's be
character,
honest.
Vanessa announced her
Do
intention
y'all
to
think she
donate
would
her
have won that
portion of the
lawsuit?
settlement to the Mamba and
If she was a
Mambasita
black woman.
Sports Foundation, the nonprofit organization founded in honor of Kobe and
That's what I'm
Gianna.
saying.
The foundation focuses on providing sports education to underserved
Not saying
athletes,
that there's nothing
continuing the
wrong, because
legacy
that's
of both
fucked up
Kobe
showing
and
Kobe
Gianna.
death
This
like
legal
that.
victory represented far more
But
than
it's like,
financial compensation. It was vindication in
they ready
Vanessa's
to give
fight
her
to
the
protect her
boatload.
family's dignity and privacy during their most vulnerable time. It also set an
Shit
important
crazy, man.
precedent regarding the conduct of first responders at tragic accident scenes. Astonishingly, amid her grief and legal battles, Vanessa found herself facing yet another painful conflict, this time with her own mother, Sophia Urbieta Lane. In December 2020, just 11 months after Kobe and Gianna's deaths, Sophia filed a lawsuit against Vanessa in Orange County Superior Court. The lawsuit claimed that Sophia had worked as a personal assistant and nanny for the Bryant family for years without compensation, working around the clock without meal or rest breaks. Sophia
God, mama
also
working like a
alleged that Kobe
slave shop
promised to
worker?
financially support her for life, a promise she claimed was unfulfilled after his death. Vanessa responded forcefully, issuing a statement that accused her mother of attempting to extort a financial windfall from her family during their time of grief. She detailed how she and Kobe had supported her mother for years, allowing her to live rent-free in their properties and offering monthly financial support, which Sophia reportedly found insufficient. In her statement, Vanessa disputed the
But why
claims
not
about
help her with the
Sophia's
bag,
financial
though?
aid. She was a grandmother who was
I get
supported
it, but
by
like,
me
why
and her
not help her with
son-in-law
the
at my
bag, though?
request.
She
She
got
now
it.
wants to backcharge me $96 per hour for supposedly working 12 hours a day for 18 years for watching her grandchildren.
Man,
In reality, she only occasionally
that money,
babysat
you
my
should
older
give your
girls
mama
when they were
a milli.
toddlers. The lawsuit was settled in August 2021, with a court notice stating the case had been resolved unconditionally. The terms of the settlement were not disclosed, leaving the current state of their relationship unclear. Yet, the very existence of such a lawsuit, filed so soon after the devastating loss of Kobe and Gianna, added another painful layer to Vanessa's already overwhelming grief. And heartbreakingly, it wasn't the only unresolved family issue the Bryants were dealing with: the unresolved family feud. The strains within the Bryant family extended beyond Vanessa and her mother. Long before the helicopter crash, there was a well-documented estrangement between Kobe and his parents, Joe and Pamela Bryant. Understanding this rift provides crucial context for the family dynamics that played out after Kobe's death. The discord began over 20 years ago, when Kobe, then 21, met 17-year-old high school senior Vanessa Lane during the filming of a music video.
The lovely young lady I haven't even met yet.
Their relationship moved quickly, and after less than a year of dating, 22-year-old Kobe married 19-year-old Vanessa in April 2001. The ceremony was attended by just 12 people, notably
The only
absent
thing
were Kobe's
worried about
parents.
is, like,
Joe and
she
Pamela
already
reportedly
immersed
had
into that
concerns
world,
about the
so she might know some
relationship,
shit
including
that,
cultural
you
differences.
know what I'm
Kobe
saying?
was African-American, while Vanessa was of Mexican descent and the young. Couple's rapid timeline. Before meeting Vanessa, Kobe had maintained a close relationship with his parents. When he first joined the Lakers, his entire family had moved from Philadelphia to Los Angeles to support him. The estrangement reached a particularly painful point during the Lakers' championship runs. During a 2001 championship celebration, Kobe's emotional state revealed the depth of his hurt when his father didn't attend the game in Philadelphia.
Broken at your lowest point?
Well, I had so much going on outside of the game of basketball that people didn't know about, man. It's just so good to pull through the season, to come through with another championship. It definitely feels good.
Can you tell us what some of that was now? Are you willing to discuss that?
No, not really. I mean, it was hard.
Years later, when asked
Shout out to
by a
Hooper,
reporter
man.
about
This is a
conversations with
video.
his father
Okay.
regarding his career, Kobe's response was straightforward.
Like, these type of videos I like.
Unfortunately, we don't talk
Straight
much.
to the point, get into the action, getting the shit right out the paint. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It would be better, but right now it's not much on.
The family tension escalated dramatically in 2013 when Kobe discovered that his parents were attempting to auction off a collection of his memorabilia through golden auctions. Kobe's reaction appeared in a tweet that revealed his hurt. When you give, and they take. At what point do you draw a line in the sand? Hash hurt beyond measure.
Yeah,
Hash
that's
give me
the
no
thing.
warning. Hash love. The situation had unfolded
But
after
wasn't his
Bryant
dad
asked Kobe for financial
a
assistance
professional
to purchase a
basketball
home in
player
Nevada.
three?
Kobe had offered up to $250,000, but Pamela requested $450,000. When Kobe refused the higher amount, Pamela decided to sell his memorabilia, including championship
remember that
rings
shit.
that Kobe had gifted his parents,
That's
to
fucked
an
up.
auction house in exchange for a $450,000 advance. Kobe's attorney sent a cease and desist letter to the auction house, but when they refused to comply, Kobe filed a lawsuit. Joe Bryant defended their actions, claiming, "My son gave my wife these items over the years, suggesting the gifts had been given without restrictions." A settlement was eventually reached that allowed only 6 items to be auctioned instead of the hundreds originally planned. Even so, 2 of those 6 items were championship rings that symbolized what had been lost in their relationship. According to reports, Kobe did not speak to his parents for the rest of his NBA career following this incident, including during his final game in 2016, where he scored 60 points in a memorable farewell performance. The Bryant family story took another tragic turn on July 16, 2024, when Kobe's father, Joe Jellybean Bryant, passed away at age 69 following a stroke. His death was confirmed by LaSalle University head coach Fran Dunphy to the Philadelphia Inquirer. Joe Bryant had been a notable basketball figure in his own right, playing professionally in the NBA for teams including the Philadelphia 76ers, San Diego Clippers, and Houston Rockets. After his playing career, he transitioned to coaching, including a stint with the WNBA's Los Angeles Sparks. His passing came 4.5 years after the helicopter crash that claimed Kobe and Gianna, adding another layer of grief to a family that had already endured tremendous loss. It also raised questions about whether father and son had ever reconciled before Kobe's death. Following Joe's death, Vanessa posted a tribute on Instagram that acknowledged the complicated nature of their relationship. "We hope things would have been different, although the
oh,
times
his
we
dad
spent
did
together
die, so his
was
dad.
always sweet and nice to be
So
around."
is only his
Kobe
mama
loved
still
his
alive?
family. This message, posted years after Kobe's death, reflected both acknowledgement and regret for what might have been. Just months before Joe Bryant's death, controversy erupted around Kobe's 2000 championship ring, one of the items from the original 2013 auction dispute. In March 2024, the ring was put up for sale again by its current owner, fetching $927,000 at auction. Though the Bryants were not directly involved in the second sale, the association
They sold it like they sold
his
his property. He like
fans and media outlets criticized what they perceived as
you know, they do
disrespect to Kobe's legacy, with the
shipment wars
controversy
and shit.
reigniting discussions about the family's strained relationships. In response to the outcry, Joe and Pamela released a statement to the Los Angeles Times clarifying that they had no involvement in the recent sale.
They said they found a whole bunch of memorabilia of Kobe Bryant that he just left in like a pile.
Championship ring. The mere existence of the auction has reopened a deep, painful wound. We seek peace and the opportunity to grieve with dignity. The timing of this controversy, coming shortly before Joe Bryant's death, added another layer of complexity to the family's already complicated story. The Bryant family story took on additional dimensions when racial dynamics entered the public conversation. In late 2023 and early 2024, activist Dr. Umar Johnson made controversial comments about Vanessa Bryant during a heated debate, which quickly went viral on social media.
You can't touch no bit like
Vanessa
that.
inherited his wealth.
Yep.
And guess what? Is Vanessa Bryant using any of that black man's money to do any good in the black community?
Not a damn thing. Let's talk about it. No.
Criticized Vanessa for allegedly not using Kobe's wealth
Not
to
doing a
support
damn
the black
thing.
community. Specifically
Getting fucked
highlighting
on
the
none of
sports
it.
initiative she had started with predominantly white
Fuck they
colleges
talking
rather
about,
than
nigga?
historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs.
Bryant just started an initiative with 3 predominantly white colleges, some sort of a sports initiative with Kobe's money and Kobe's name didn't choose a single HBCU.
Let me ask you a question.
With a black man's money.
Following Joe Bryant's death in July 2024, Dr. Johnson suggested that Vanessa had obligations to Kobe's parents.
I don't know the details. I'm just speculating. But for an NBA legend to be dead at 69, I ain't hear nobody say he had no chronic medical disease or nothing. I think the man died of a broken heart. He might have died of poverty. Here's my question for Vanessa. Are you going to pay for that man's homegoing ceremony?
These comments sparked heated debates on social media platforms, with some agreeing with Dr. Johnson's perspective and others defending Vanessa's right to manage Kobe's legacy and estate as she sees fit. It's worth noting that Vanessa has been active in philanthropy, including through the Mamba and Mambacita Sports Foundation, which focuses on supporting underprivileged youth in sports.
Nigga, it's a whole bunch of more shit.
She launched the Mambacita clothing line with all proceeds benefiting the foundation, and in November 2021, she received a philanthropy award at the Baby to Baby 10-year gala. Amid these controversies and family conflicts, another challenge emerged for the Bryant family, one concerning the management of Kobe's substantial estate, estimated at $600 million. Shortly after Kobe's death, it was discovered that the Kobe Bryant Trust, created in 2003, had not been updated to include their youngest daughter, Capri, who was born in June 2019, just 7 months before the crash. While Vanessa, Natalia, Gianna, and Bianca were listed as beneficiaries, Capri was not included, potentially leaving her ineligible to inherit her share of the family estate. To rectify this oversight, Vanessa and co-trustee Robert Palinka Jr. petitioned the Los Angeles Probate Court to modify the trust, requesting that Capri be added as a beneficiary with equal rights to her sisters. They presented evidence of Kobe's clear pattern of updating the trust after each daughter's birth, demonstrating his intent to include all his children equally. The court ultimately granted this petition, ensuring that all 3 surviving daughters would be treated equally under the terms of the trust. However, the process incurred significant costs, not just in terms of legal fees and court costs, but also in terms of privacy, as estate details that Kobe had intended to keep private were now exposed through court proceedings. As we've unraveled the tangled web of conspiracy theories, family conflicts, and legal battles surrounding Kobe Bryant's tragic death, one thing remains clear. Despite whispers of new discoveries and alternative narratives, the official account still stands as the most credible explanation of what happened on January 26, 2020. Still, in a world driven by curiosity and speculation, who knows? More revelations could surface in the
Get ready.
Very sad news to tell the sports world. The LA Times is reporting that retired Los Angeles Lakers basketball star Kobe Bryant has been killed in a helicopter crash. It happened this morning.
In a world where sports have become a culture, the game of basketball has surpassed ordinary athleticism, imprinting countless moments of triumph, tragedy, and epic moments in the memory. Today, we embark on a solemn journey through the annals of NBA history, exploring 5 haunting last photographs of basketball icons. These final glimpses offer profound insight into the lives and legacies of these players. Drazen Petrovic. In the world of basketball, there are legends whose stories transcend time, captivating fans for generations. One such legend is Drazen Petrovic, a name that echoes through the halls of basketball history. Born on October 22, 1964, in the picturesque town of Šibenik, Croatia, Petrovic's journey to greatness began. From a young age, Petrovic displayed an innate talent for the game. His passion and dedication were evident as he honed his skills on the courts of Šibenik. It wasn't long before his talent caught the attention scouts, and Petrovic's journey to basketball stardom began. Petrovic's rise to fame came as he joined the prestigious Cibona Basketball Club. It was here that he showcased his exceptional skills, dazzling fans with his shooting prowess and unmatched determination. With each game, Petrovic's star continued to rise, and his impact on the sport became undeniable. Petrovic's European fame grew rapidly as he led Cibona to numerous victories.
Alright, we back. So y'all see that shit, man? This shit been going all on TikTok of this bitch being pregnant. And I know Kobe Bryant ain't alive. You know what I'm saying? It might be, I don't know who the fuck it is, but it's not Kobe Bryant. We know that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just wild. It goes to show you, man. You thinking, damn, you been together with this motherfucker for 20 plus years. They couldn't wait 8 years? His jersey number? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Off the bat, just going crazy, huh? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like shit like that. And his mysterious death, man. That shit right there, bro, it just goes to show you, man. When you get tied in with these big corporation companies, man, and you trying to make money on it, and then you get the up on these motherfuckers. They will try to do anything and everything to try to keep they up on you, or make sure you not win. You know what I'm saying? So we know the options that we think that they could have done to take Kobe Bryant out. Like, I don't think it was just no weather storm. You dig what I'm saying, Crip? So, hey, for all the people, man, who've been watching these videos, man, you know, we just go think deeper and see the bullshit for what's going on, man. Hey, man, man, Kobe Bryant's wife being pregnant is insane, bitch. Hey, man, tough out here on these streets, man. Make sure y'all pick the right people in your life, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. Hood, Northside, Big Crip, gang.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this is instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.